Good morning, everyone. Third day of practice, the first tournament of the year. We're here in the RV, and we just learned Trait's over there. She's working for me as usual. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. She's giving me a look like, just shut up, please. Beans is back here. We just found out we had some vlog footage from the 13 fishing week down here in Florida that somehow didn't make it to the computer. So that's a plus for you guys, because you guys get to hang out over the next couple days here. We'll be filming my final practice day, which is today, and also like behind the scenes of what goes on to kick off the season as far as BASS goes. So we're gonna have, you know, photos, headshots, you know, the kind of the first of the year orientation. So that's all tomorrow, but today we're here on Okeechobee. It's been a cold, windy Okeechobee. I know they just had an MLF tournament last week, and it took like a lot of weight to win. The guy who won it had like 30 pounds, an average of 6 pounders one day. And I haven't found that yet, so you guys are gonna see me cover pretty much all of Lake Okeechobee. I think it's like over 400,000 square acres, surface acres, which is absolutely huge. You can see the lake from space. But I called my buddy Scott Martin yesterday, and he kind of gave me a tip on kind of what to look for. So after 2 days of just kind of scratching my head, catching a 2-pounder here, catching a 3-pounder there, I need 5, 6, 7, 8 pounders on this lake. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounders on Okeechobee. So he kind of gave me an area yesterday, and I learned kind of what to look for, and I just want to show you real quick. That way, to kick off this video, you know, when I'm out here over the next couple hours scrambling, moving from one spot to the other, keep in mind I'm looking for one thing, and that one thing right now after 20, 30 mile an hour winds is clean, clear water. We had this crazy north wind. We're gonna have a crazy south wind during practice or during the tournament. So today I'm gonna go to the far south end to stay out of that tournament wind. So you're kind of planning for the tournament, or I'm kind of planning for the tournament. So this is what I'm looking for here. I got my iPad pulled up, the RV site right there, boom. But basically, you know, you always talk about people using Google Maps to find fish. Well, in this giant place like Okeechobee, look at that, we're in space right now. Look how giant this thing is. Such a huge lake. Okay, so not only can you find like grass lines, rock piles, you know, structures and characteristics of the bank and shoreline of lakes using Google Maps, but this is probably my favorite feature, and not a lot of people talk about it. You could find clear water. So let's say, so we're launching out of this river right here, real dark black water, and it's super clean. I was in there yesterday. It's really, really clean. As soon as you come out here, it gets real dirty. So today's goal, you guys are coming along with me, is to find the darkest waters possible, the dark, clean water areas. Look at the back of this and look how dark the water is. That's clean, clear water. Bass prefer that for spawning. So we're gonna go all through this stuff. That's really, really dark water there, which means it's clean, which means they want to spawn in there, which means I want to catch them in there. For the next few hours, as I'm scrambling around, running from one spot to another, that's what I'm looking for. Hopefully I catch a few fish. I don't know, today's day might be boring, who knows, but you guys are gonna strap in, buckle up. Thought about bringing Leica beans, but we're gonna be covering a whole lot of water, so I'm gonna gas up that boat, and I plan on covering literally 400 plus acres today. So strap in, let's roll. Beans, what do you think? We call her name's Leica. We call her Leica Beans. And speaking of beans, Trait already grabbed her coffee. Ebo, did you have coffee this morning? Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna grab mine and I'm gonna get on my way. I went with Calf this morning, which is caffeinated as freak. But I know all you guys are coffee drinkers, so this is that's our stash right there. Trait likes the 5 alarm. We both like AK Espresso. 5 alarm's really smooth. AK Espresso is kind of dark bold, I believe. No, it's medium. She says no, it's medium. But that's my jam right there. Of course, it's got the old school camo on it, woodland camo. Calf. If you want to hit in the morning, that's the one right there. All right, got my coffee. Got my lunch. That's what's nice about being in the RV. And by the way, there's that's the studio right there. It's an absolute disaster. We broke down Bill's podcast studio. We had Ricky T from 13 Fishing on last week, and he says, "Man, it's a lot smaller than it looks on camera." And absolutely, I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Ricky? It's an RV garage. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's roll. Going over one of the creeks as the sun's rising. Check that out. Look at this. We're in Clewiston here. I had a fan roll up. Give it to me again. Give it to me again. Yeah. Give it to me again. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. That is awesome, man. I love that type of enthusiasm in the morning. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun's already popping up, but him probably rolling to work and just like fist pumping me, number one. He's probably a huge Scott and Roland Martin fan, you know, being his hometown. Look at, I'm just I'm rolling up to this marina here. Look how high the sun is right there. Sun's super high. All right, you know, after 2 days of gnarly wind and cold, it's finally starting to stabilize. So this is, again, day 3 of practice, and I haven't really found much. So we are not in scramble mode, but we're definitely in like an urgent, okay, we gotta find something today. And just like I was in the RV this morning on the iPad looking at those black water areas, that's what we're gonna go after today. Just those little coves, just like that, little black water areas like so, here and here. I gotta check all that. All right, I'm at the entrance of one of these openings. I wanna get back here. And this is a really tight opening to get into it. Let's see if I can make it in there. This is one of the best features right here of this nitro, this little shallow water button right here. Just hit it. Automatically hands-free. Jack plate and trim both go up so that I can get in this little, hopefully I can get in this little place. So this is all protected back here. All right, I fished this area for about 45 minutes or so, which is plenty. I mean, I pretty much fished this whole area, and there's still a couple dozen boats behind me. I saw one guy catch one, about 1.5 pounds, and he tried to hide it. Things are warming quick. I mean, it's still cool out. Things are warming quick, and in an area like this can go off, but it's not for me, man. I mean, there's just way too many boats here, and it's all just stobs of dead reeds is all it is. I mean, look, it's just dead reeds and not really what I'm looking for. I'm really looking for life, like just signs of life. Again, that dark water, clean water, and just like clean vegetation. You know, a type of area, I'm looking for a type of area that a big female bass would be proud to raise her kids in, you know, one of those neighborhoods. So this area ain't it. There's way too many guys trying to catch them out here. So on to the next. Okay, it's safe to say there aren't very many bass in this backwater area. We got some really good clarity. You can see those pads. We've got vegetation. Obviously there's pads, there's some pennywort, a little bit of hyacinth, and there's like this isolated reed patch right here in this backwater, right in the middle of the backwater. If there was a bass living in here, they would be right in here somewhere, and I fished it pretty thoroughly. So I'm gonna fish this next little isolated patch here, and if I don't get a bite in that one, then we're gonna move on. The name of the game is keep moving and try to find a population of bass, and then come back during the tournament and really slow down and work on them. But I'm very confident that I'm not fishing over them because I'm fishing this jig real slow, just looking for any clues, any signs of life. And I'm not seeing any bluegill, I'm not seeing any fry, I'm not seeing very much life at all. Gotta remember, the hurricanes that came through here last fall just smoked this area. So a lot of fish moved, land masses moved, all the vegetation all moved around. So if it looks good on Google Maps, doesn't mean it's going to be good. So you gotta have all those ingredients, that clear water, vegetation, and obviously bass, you know, bait fish, whatever it is. But those clues are coming together. You know, we're eliminating a lot of water here this morning. Still no bites, but this stuff looks really pretty. And if I keep this up, I know I'm gonna run into them at some point today. All right, I kind of got a good lay of the land in this area here. I just kind of expanded on that waypoint from last year. And this place has got a lot of eelgrass, it's got a lot of hydrilla, it's got a lot of pads, it's got a whole bunch of boats, I mean just everywhere. So there's one more area I want to check. I know that if I need to use this area, I mean I can kind of, you know, after getting the lay of the land, I just kind of know where the lanes are and I know where to cast and things. So clock's winding down. I think I'm gonna make about a 20-minute run to another area here. All right, made it into the final practice area. It's called Moonshine Bay. It's way back in one of these flooded islands here. It's pretty. It's that real dark black water. I just saw 2 boats run out of it, but I'm just trying to give myself options. Like I said, I want to be able to see everything. I want to see everything in practice. That way during the tournament, I could kind of make my decisions then. That last little area had 1 bite. I missed it, and that's the only bite I've had all day. But I've kind of stayed away from, you know, the areas that are going to produce for me in the tournament. Well, I hope they're going to produce for me in the tournament. All in all, as we're winding down practice, the first day I probably had, you know, 13, 14 pounds, something like that. Yesterday I had a pretty good day, and then today it's just been a lot of looking. So as that sun starts setting back there, we got probably in about an hour left of fishing, and I'm just gonna put the trolling motor on high and just 4x4 through all these pads and tules and eelgrass clumps and just see if I can get another bite or two. All right, just made my last cast for practice. Beautiful sunset in the background there to the west. Today was a tough day. As far as like the actual fishing went, that kind of southeast turned into an east wind, and it was really tough just to even get a bite. But I went out and accomplished my goal. I wanted to really check out those dead end areas, those spawning areas, those blackwater areas. I feel like I've fished every single one of them from the south end all the way up to the mid lake region. I even touched some of the stuff up on that north end where all those boats were. So I got a good grasp of kind of what's going on. I've seen it time and time again in the state of Florida, where if it's cold through practice and you don't get very many bites in some areas, and that warming trend happens like we're gonna see, I mean, it just busts wide open. So you have to keep an open mind. You got to keep your head in the game. But I'm gonna put myself in those areas where I had, you know, a dozen to 15 bites. And in my mind, there's nothing, there's no stone unturned. I really hit all the areas I wanted to hit. And so regardless whether I caught them or not in practice, I feel really confident in some of the areas I found. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous evening after a very, very cold and windy practice. Nonetheless, we're done. All right, I've been busy this morning. We wrapped up practice last night, made it back, and went on a quick run this morning. And then I wiped down the whole boat, and it's already like a perfect 75, 76 degrees on our off day. I'm sweating, but I cleaned up the boat here, and now, you know, it's time to look pretty. We're gonna put the rest of our decals on. You know, I'm saving this spot here for, you know, the bass decals, as well as the rear back here. But yeah, there's a big giant blank space right there on the carpet, and that's for more carpet decals. So I just got a shipment in of more carpet decals, so I'm gonna put those on right now, and then we're gonna head over to registration. So, you know, it won't take that long, but just want to show you guys kind of what registration entails. It's kind of boring, to tell you the truth, but it's very necessary. And you know, they use our headshots for the classic. They use them throughout the rest of the year on the live, you know, the live show and everything else. So yeah, let me put my decals on here. I'm gonna clean up and shave. Got to shave a little bit and look good for the photographer, and then we'll be on our way over there. It's just right inside Okeechobee there, where they're gonna take photos of the truck and the boat. So I'm already sweating out here, and it's like early, so that's a good thing. It's warming, which means those areas I found fish over the last 3 days when it was cold, when it was windy, they should multiply. They really should. So I feel good about, you know, the fishing part of it. We just have to get all this extra stuff out of the way today. So let's do the carpet decals, and we'll be on our way. It's warming up so nice. These things are sticking perfectly. We've got carpet graphics. All right, got all cleaned up. Stash is looking pretty saucy. Ready for some headshots. We got a brand new fresh jersey. Shout out to Sarah at New Threads. She did an awesome job. I haven't even opened it yet. Boat's looking fly, ready for photos. Truck, same thing. Photo day / check-in day. So let's ride over there. It's about a 20-minute run. Step number 1, get in some more decals, more stickers. These are the official Bass ones that go down over this way. Josh Douglas in the house.
Hey Chris.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. You're just checking, like, I guess the shield on that side, the American flag, make sure it's faced the right way.
Yes.
And then also progressive AOY.
Yep.
And that's it, I believe, right?
And
Well, and the shield up here.
Shield.
Yeah.
And the Elite on the
Name.
back.
And then that right there. Thank you, Progressive Insurance, for throwing in a huge sum of money to the Angler of the Year prize at the end of the year. I will be switching my coverage over. Right now I've just got some local coverage out of Dallas-Fort Worth, but I'm definitely gonna call Flo and see if I could get a decent rate on my boat insurance. So thank you, Progressive, you're awesome. And we're legit. Next up, we've got photos of the boat. Who do we got taking photos over here? Got Mr. Dalton.
Trucking boat.
Dalton's taking the photos of
First
trucking
day,
boat.
I'm nervous.
He's not nervous. This guy takes the best photos ever. Hey, that RV photo that's below the Pickwick Dam right there, he took that photo, and it is absolutely sick. It's an absolute favorite photo. You're not too bad behind the camera either.
Not as good as him, that's
Kyle
for sure.
Jesse, absolutely.
We need to get a photo in front of that
Yeah. These guys are always cheesing and have a good time, but there's...
We try.
I assume he's got kind of a wide lens on, but he's crushing
Life
it.
on the road,
absolutely.
you can't be serious all the time.
Thanks, boys.
The Matt Gray
Appreciate it.
looks good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I like it, changing it up.
Thanks, Dalton.
Good to see
You're
you.
awesome. Now what? I think I'm done, huh? Or headshots.
Yep, go over
Where they at?
That white building over there.
White building, park, and then the white
Park
building.
anywhere right.
Thanks, boys. All right, white building. All right. Walking to the weigh-in bump tank area. Hopefully I come in with a big old giant bag this week. The bump tanks, they're talking some smack over here. Caleb Summerall.
Good. Yeah,
That's
don't
the man
put
right
that
there.
part
That's the original vlogger right there in video form. Bowman, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while.
Man, look at this is a huge group
Got a
of
couple
vloggers coming around here.
Oh yeah, giant group of media people. All right, a bunch of pro fishermen in one room, trying to look good. We gotta say hi to Jim Sexton over here. Everything you see on the interweb, Bassmaster.com, goes through him first.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And this guy right here, he takes a lot of great photos too. Hi Chad. Chris Zaldain, I don't think we met before. Appreciate everything. Thank you for making us look good. I wasn't paying attention with the head on. All right, all the boys are pumping fists. All these chairs here are for the anglers. When we come back, I think we come back at 2 o'clock or so. Dude, look at the stash. Look at Alex has got a stash going too. Look at him.
But like, I think this is a good like 6 months right here. But what's that, like 2 weeks? I don't know.
No, dude, I'm not much. I'm not hairy at all. But dude,
Maybe
you're a smallmouth guy, northern smallmouth guy. It's like a must-have.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the season it might be like somewhat close
You're
to that.
just
but
super blonde,
I got
dude.
a ways to go.
Look how blonde that thing is. I love it, dude. Nice. That is awesome. Anyways, yeah, the chair's there. That's for the angler meeting a little bit later today. Are we back at 2 o'clock, Gretchen? 2:30. Okay, so 2:30. We're back in the seats here for the actual meeting itself, where we go over like several rules and stuff like that. So, all right, just left the check-in there and gas up the boat, gas up the truck. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start the 23 tournament season. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me the last couple days here, and hopefully you learned a little something about how we practice, especially these giant lakes like Okeechobee. So you saw me in the skinny water, you saw me kind of grinding, you saw me catch no fish, but that's all right. I feel good about kicking off the 23 season tomorrow. And I'm gonna, as I wrap up this video here, look what just happened. Literally, this just happened. I'm heading back to the RV and I passed by a giant rock truck. Look at the size of that giant crack in my windshield. Just happened 30 seconds ago. So hopefully we get all the bad luck out of the way now. I mean, it is right in my line of sight. Look at that. And this is gonna be the second windshield I've gone through in this tundra. So I'm gonna go back to the house here, hang out before the actual meeting starts, kind of unwind a little bit, hang out with my dog, and I'm gonna call the insurance guys. So Progressive Insurance, get ready for my phone call. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you next time.